Okay, let's see here. This is going to be my fourth time recording this, okay? I don't know what happened to the other three, but let's just, get this thing rolling. So here is the Green New Deal in a nutshell, okay? Let's do this. First page. The Green New Deal. What is it? Well, it is a congressional resolution that lays out a ground plan for tackling climate change, okay? Now, what is the Green New Deal trying to prevent? It's trying to prevent climate change stuff. So, wildfires, flooding, hurricanes. Try to make these things less damaging in the future, okay? Because Hurricane Maria, Hurricane Sandy, they were pretty bad, but they're going to get worse over the years if you don't, care about this, tackle this now. And mass migration is going to be another result of climate change if you don't start doing this, start making an impact. If you don't know what Michael change, mass migration is, basically it's immigration that is caused by climate change. For example, a poor country, in fact, that has, dirt roads, houses that are, not really built solid. And let's say they go through a hurricane. They have a hurricane. And a lot of people are going to lose their life, lose family, lose their houses because, well, first of all, their houses are very poorly built. They can't really go anywhere because the roads are dirt. So they're most likely going to move to a place like America. We have, structures that reach the sky. So skyscrapers, buildings that are solid. So yeah. And we also have, highways, the interstate infrastructure that is, pretty good, solid. I use solid again. Sorry. So yeah. And people from poor countries will most likely move to a country like America or somewhere in Europe where the infrastructure is good. So yeah. Now let's go to the next page. One of the advocates for the Green New Deal is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. If you don't know who she is New York 14 representative of that district. So if you don't know what that is, that's basically some parts of the Bronx, Rikers Island, and some parts of the Queens, or Queens, if you're weird like that. Just kidding. So basically, she's a representative. She goes to Congress, the Congress building, and talk about the nation's problems and all that other jazz. And she was one of the main founders for this whole idea. Okay. Next page, zero emissions. Okay. This is important because we need to get rid of a lot of things, such as companies and things that produce, emissions, which is like pollution and all that other jazz. So basically, as we go through the book, no oil companies, no natural gas companies, no coal companies, no more fossil fuel reliant transportation. So pretty much we need to replace it all with renewable energy, such as wind power, solar panels, and dams. Which these things are incredibly cheap, actually. Over the years, they're getting, cheaper and more cheaper. So finding money to do this isn't hard. But what's hard is the next page. And I like to call this the Band-Aid rip, okay? So the next page says, the Green New Deal will be a rough and harsh transition. So as we saw from the last page, businesses are going to, lose their employees because those businesses aren't there anymore. There are companies, coal companies, they aren't going to be there anymore. These companies provide jobs, and the jobs provide money to people, and those people use that money to flourish our economy. So if people are losing jobs and going into unemployment, then our economy will most likely plummet. But the Green New Deal has a way to tackle this by guaranteeing jobs and health care to people who lost their job due to the Green New Deal. So yeah, let's read what I wrote. But healthcare and other amenities will be given to those to help those who were affected by the Green New Deal. Okay. Next page, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders also support this proposal. Okay. These two politicians, they're not the only ones with AOC. A lot of politicians actually support the Green New Deal and making it, actually in action. Making the Green New Deal and put it in action. So yeah. So it's not just AOC, Elizabeth Warren, and Bernie Sanders. There's more. So that brings me to my back of the page, the call for action. You gotta vote. Vote, guys. You gotta vote blue. Vote Democrats. Why? Because Democrats will most likely support liberal ideas. Ideas such as the Green New Deal. Ideas such as healthcare for all. Ideas such as, college free stuff. Not college. Free college tuition. Yeah, that's what it's called. And stuff like that. So if you can vote or is eligible to vote, vote blue. Vote for a Democrat politician that will support these liberal ideas. Because the Republican counterparts will most likely not support this. They will actually try to challenge this. Because don't vote blue just for a president. We need to get people in the Senate and in the House of Representatives and the judicial courts, the Supreme Court. So the more Democrats we have, the more we have of getting a chance. Well, the higher chance we can put these ideas into action. So yeah. That's it for the Green New Deal and basically a little summary of what it is. Again,